So now we'll take a look at our Nasdaq 100. By the way, so I've actually done a weekly time frame for our Nasdaq 100. If you are interested, check previous videos we've uploaded, and click on it and have an idea of on where our Nasdaq 100 will be moving. So now let's start with our daily time frame on our Nasdaq 100. Starting with the news that just was that happened about the Federal Reserve, saying that there would not be any stop on the increase of our interest rate. And we all can see with that news, our USD itself tends to rally up. If you notice, if you see the index, by the way, or USD PS, we all can see the USD itself start to rally up. So we all know the effects of interest rates when it is being increased. It will be difficult for companies to see money to borrow, right? Yeah, that will have an impact on their shares. We all can see that people tend to start selling off their shares so they can be able to get money to actually maintain themselves because of interest rate and every other thing. So that is it. We all can it tends to have a negative effect on the stock market as a whole, and we all know this our Nasdaq 100 contains a lot of companies stock. So once there's an increase in this interest rate, then the stocks tends to affect the stocks shares. So once we start seeing a drop on this stock, on these shares or all these stocks, then our Nasdaq itself that carries these stocks tends to drop. That is the negative news that we had. So which means for the week, we very much, even possibly but 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, even possibly a month safe, would actually see that effect on our Nasdaq 100. So now let's get to the daily time frame. By the way, we all can see this of let's sit on weekly time frame. We all can see this weekly time frame. We all can see we are on a bearish move, this impulse move. Let's see it so you understand it better. We had another impulse move, we had a correction here, we add another impulse move. So on a weekly standpoint, we all can see that we are actually on a bearish move, by the way. So this was a correction here. So what are we expecting for the weekly time frame? Another drop again on our Nasdaq 100. So weekly time frame, we are expecting a drop. Daily time frame of recent, we all can see this huge impulse move. We are at another correction, and guess what? Our price broke our previous lower lows here. So that is a indication that we are now on a bearish move. So I think see our price roll to this level here. See our price roll to this level here, then we would possibly be seeing a correction again. That is exactly what I am predicting, but it might not happen that way. But above all, the full trend is our Nasdaq 100 will be falling. But let's see if the Nasdaq 100 comes to this level, then we see another correction, then another impulse move down. So daily time frame, we are actually on a bearish move. Also, weekly time frame bearish move. So to actually enter this trade, we are going to look at it on our 4-hour time frame, by the way. So what 4-hour time frame, by the way, sits here, a huge impulse move. We had a correction here, an impulse move which is actually huge again. We had a correction here, we are seeing this huge impulse move. So if on our 4-hour time frame, possibly we are having a correction here. So if possibly we are having a correction, then we see our correction will end at this level here. Once our correction is over, then we'll be having another drop. So on this 4-hour time frame, if you want to take this trade, I'll say possibly wait for our price to roll up to this our level, which is about 1 to 800. But if our price does not roll up to that level, but it broke, then we can wait for it to break our lower lows here. So once our price can break below it, then I'll say now is good opportunity to actually enter the short, to actually short this Nasdaq 100. And lastly, 1-hour time frame. By the way, you all can see our 1-hour time frame, we are actually on an uptrend move. You all can see this impulse move, correction, impulse move downward. So there's every possibility we might rally up to this level we just talked about, then see a drop, and or if not, then we can see wait for our price to break these lows, this our lows, which is about 12393. Then once it breaks below it, then we can actually now short this our Nasdaq 100 for the day.